Hello everyone, this is Harry from Tactical Edge Hobbies. Today I'm going to be giving you a quick rundown and disassembly video on our new WeTech Galaxy series pistols. Essentially, getting right into it, they are high Capa base, so they do take your high Capa mags. So getting straight into it, the disassembly side of things, what you'll need to do is there is a button on the back, you'll push him in, the upper will pivot like so, and you will just undo this front screw, and he will come straight out. Essentially, you'll pull the two halves apart, just like so. These are a semi only, so there's no full auto with these variants. Being that they are high Capa based, you'll see a lot of similarities with their slide catch, their safety arm, their dual stage safety as well. Moving on to the upper itself. Essentially, to disassemble the upper, what you'll have to do is on the back, they have this screw here. If I undo him, just like so, essentially that screw will come out, and this bolt will actually pull all the way out just like so. And then you have your bolt. Him down. If you wanted to go even further to disassemble and take the barrel out, what you'll need to do as well, if you have your rails on it, then you'll need to undo these screws on the rail first. They do come with rails, but not attached. So if you sort of didn't like the rails, well, you don't have to put them on. If you like the rails, then you can just chuck them on with the screws provided. So if I put him over there. So then from there, you'll have these two screws here and here. Essentially, you will just undo. Just like so. Second one. The next step is a bit of a tricky one. I actually have two small Phillips head screws hidden here and here, because you won't actually be able to pull your barrel section out, as it'll sort of just catch on the housing. So undo these screws here, just like so. And then this guy will just come. So you take the screws out. Yep. Put the screws out. There we go. You'll actually just pull straight out, just like so. And then your barrel housing will just slide straight out the back. Essentially, last but not least, to get all the way to the barrel housing and barrel, you undo this little grub screw. You then slide out, and this is actually your barrel housing or holder with your barrel in there. Chucking him back together, same, pretty much just reverse order of what we're doing. Chuck him back in, tighten up our little grub screw, slide him back in, just like so, and put in this guy in. Now there is only one way that this guy actually goes in, so you don't have to stress about putting it in the wrong way. It'll only go in one way. Then I will do my screws back up, just like so. Making sure that everything is nice and tight, because the bolt does move each shot. So just going to make sure that all your screws are done up nice and tight, so that when you're shooting the pistol, things don't vibrate loose. There we go. Now you'll need to chuck these two screws back in and essentially tighten them back up. There we go. For the time being, I'm going to leave the rails off, just to sort of, I guess, save time. So I'll leave the bottom rails off. So now that he is nice and secure, I can actually pop him back in. But before we do, I'm actually just going to do a quick lubrication on the bolt itself, because this is a moving piece. Essentially, you just want to make sure that the metal-on-metal contacts, the surface along here, has a bit of silicone oil, just like so. Essentially, what I will also do is, just on the top of the housing, you can see there is a little bit of paint wear, because I have been shooting this one. So essentially, across the top, not a lot, just a little bit, just across the top of the housing there, just to help with its cycling. Now that he is all done, you'll push him back into place, and your top screw up here will go, will go back in. Now, if you are looking at this as well and going, sort of looking at the iron sights and the rail on top, yes, you can still use the iron sights while the rail is actually on top as well. So this rail doesn't impact its iron sights, you can still use that. So, now that I have him back together, essentially with my lower, I will slide him back on, pushing the button in, and that will click back down. I'll chuck my screw back through. And essentially that is a quick video on how to disassemble the upper of your new Galaxy series. There you go. And just like so.